What's going on, guys? Top Tier Gaming here, and today I have a deck profile for the brand new March 2021 ban list, and it's going to be a deck profile on my Evil Twin ELDLICH deck. So, ELDLICH kind of came out the ban list completely unscathed, and when I say kind of, I mean actually. It just didn't get touched at all, so that's super good, and it means this deck is still very viable. So if you're looking for an ELDLICH strategy to play for the new list, I think this is a great strategy to go into, because personally I enjoyed it a lot more than Zodiac ELDLICH. I think it just has overall better synergy with the ELDLICH engine. However, it does lack Zeus as sort of like the downside. But yeah, I've just been playing this for a big bulk of last format, and it has just done wonders for me. I've gotten many first places at locals and just done really well with the deck, and it's super good, and honestly like kind of unexplored for how good it is. So I'm going to go through the main deck and the extra deck and just explain my choices and tell you what the deck is all about. So if you are a fan of Live Twins and Evil Twins, then please like and subscribe to see future content. So yeah, getting into the deck profile, starting off with your 3 Kiss-a-Kill, very standard, and 3 Leela. So I'm just playing this as my Live Twin engine. I choose not to play Lila Treat right now because I feel like without the new Kiss-a-Kill that comes out in Lightning Overdrive, she creates like really weird cloggy hands where you may see too many twins, or you open the regular Leela and one of the Lila Treat, and then when she gets hand trapped, the Lila Treat does nothing. So even though she's a good card that has synergy with the ELDLICH engine, I found like to boost consistency, it's just better to play the main 6. And you do want to play all 6. There are some lists running around, especially when this deck was first like coming into the spotlight, that played 4, and you just want to play all 6 because you want to see a twin. It's your 1-card engine, and it's going to make all of your link plays and just have a lot of synergy with your ELDLICH cards. So you want to maximize on your Leela and Kiss-a-Kill. And then next up we have 2 ELDLICH, the Golden Lord. Can't believe he escaped the ban list unscathed. It's amazing for this deck though, so that's pretty cool. He's just your main guy. He's going to make all your traps work, and he has so much going for him in this deck because you can actually use him to link climb with the twins when you're going like your second turn. And he's just a very good form of removal and really good interaction on your opponent's turn. He's ELDLICH. You know what he does. He's very standard. Then we have, for hand traps, 3 Ash Blossom. And this is where like the biggest change to my list comes from last format, is I feel like Bell, which I was playing last format, is less good. Ash seemingly seems like is one of the best hand traps this format, because what I'm assuming is going to be good is like Dinosaur, Invoke Dog, Zodiac ELDLICH, Virtual World will be played, and it seems like Drytron was like the deck most affected by this list, so Ash is very good against all of those decks. So she is again a mandatory 3 of. 2 Crow still seems like a very powerful hand trap for this format, because again, it just hits everything out of the decks I listed. It's just worth main decking in. It's just a very good hand trap. And then 3 Infinite Impermanence. So I think this card's coming back into the spotlight for sure. This card is so good. In like new Virtual World strategy, it seems like they're going to do more hand loop stuff with Gotems. Impermanence is very good versus that. It's also just good versus every deck in the presumed meta except for maybe Dinosaur, although there are some times where this can be good versus Dinosaur. If you're doing battle phase tricks like activate Ice Dragon's Prison, and I don't run Ice Dragon's Prison, but if you were and they like Logia negate it and you chain Imperm, situations like that. In this build it'd be like Conquistador, get Tyranno, and they chain Logia and you just chain Imperm. Anything like that. So it has use against Dinosaur, just not as good as it is versus like other decks. But I think Imperm is going to be a really great hand trap again this meta, and I just want to maximize it at 3. And that sort of rounds up our monsters. I know Impermanent is a monster, but it was still there. On to spells. We have 3 Live Twin Home. This is a very important card because it is the emergency teleport for your Evil Twins and Live Twins. So it can be like a 1-card starter to get into your engine. But this card's really cool because it allows you to play through any form of hand traps like Ash Blossom, Effect Veiler, Impermanence. On your Live Twin summon, you can just Live Twin Home and then keep playing with your engine. It does lock you into Evil Twins from your extra deck for the rest of the turn, but it's a small price to play for being able to play through interaction and then do Eldritch combos as well. And then one secret password to go along with it. Secret password essentially being a 4th copy of Live Twin Home, but also, so this card when activated searches a Live Twin or Evil Twin spell or trap. So it's most of the time going to be a Live Twin Home. However, I do play Evil Twin Challenge, which you don't see in every list, but this card has been amazing in all of my testing. It's just so good because it lets you play through breaking your twin engine. Sometimes you have to break your twins to make either Abomination or your opponent breaks your twins. And then this card can just bring them back for like, it's free of cost. And it just creates another form of interaction, another form of follow-up. I've seen times where this deck has grinded and people have lost because they're not playing this card, and you go through all 3 of your Kiss a Kill. And once that happens, your twins are done. And this card just lets you bring back your plays. So it has won me many games, and even though it can be a break if you open it and don't draw any twins, it's still very good. So I would always play this in the list, and I think it is one of the powerhouses of the Live Twin engine. Next, onto some Eldritch stuff. We have 3 Cursed Eldland. Yeah, it's Eldritch. You're going to play 3 of this. This is sort of the card that brings the 2 engines together because you can make Abomination with your Evil Twin stuff and then pop this at end phase to get effects off of it. It lets you search like spells and traps for your Eldritch engine and dump Eldritch. You can pop it with Leela if you need to. So it brings the synergy there between the 2 engines. Then we have 1 White Destiny. This is just very, very good as like an additional Eldritch where you can play to summon Eldritch and have more options to banish for Golden Land spells and traps. 2 Triple Tactics Talent. This card, Dragoon didn't get hit on the ban list at all, so this card seems to have definitely gone up in usage or viability. It was already a great card, but I think this format, it's even going to be like even better because Dragoon seems to be a threat. VFD's banned, Zexal's banned, so the next big problem on the list is Dragoon. Tactics is one of the best answers to Dragoon, and it's just like a great card otherwise too, being able to draw. Because your twins are affected by every single hand trap in the entire game except for Ghost Ogre and Skullmeister, like Tactics is able to get you free cards or look at your opponent's hand, and it's just a very, very powerful card in this deck because you give your opponent so many opportunities to interact with you. And same reason with Called By, like you don't want to get hand trapped, so Called By just makes sense. One of the most versatile cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! And super good. Wish it came back to more than 1, but hey, what can you do? 1 Feather Duster. Yeah, there's going to be some back row this format, maybe less than last format, but this is a great go second card and a really good one of that you can choose to play. Let your twins more easily play through back row. On to traps, we have 3 Solemn Strike. This is just one of the best traps in the game. It's very good going first and pretty good going second for breaking boards. Just something you want to see like on your first turn so you can set it up with all your interactions and your plays. And yeah, Solemn Strike, just very, very good. Pretty staple trap card, so pretty normal to see. On to Eldritch stuff. 3 Scarlet Sanguine. Just your main Eldritcher. This is how you're going to summon Eldritch most of the time. It's very, very good. It's chainable to cards like Dweller and Crow, so it's just the most flexible of them all. Then for Golden Lands, I choose to play 5. It's 3 Conquistador, generically like the best one, and 2 Huaquero. So last format, when Drytron was super meta and Virtual World was super meta, Huaquero to me might have been the better card, and I played 3 Conquistador because of its synergy with Abomination. But this format, I definitely think things are as they normally are, and Conquistador is the better one, and Huaquero is like the second best. Definitely still worth playing at least 2 Huaquero. You can play 3 if you find the space. Like maybe you don't want to play the Evil Twin Challenge. So if you don't want to play Evil Twin Challenge, you can add a 3rd Huaquero or whatever other tech card you'd like to play. I just really like the Challenge because I think it boosts the deck a lot. So on to extra deck. 3 Evil Twin Kiss a Kill, pretty self-explanatory. You're going to go into this all the time. This is the last card I need to find Collector's Rare to make max Collector's Rare for this deck, so that is a little upsetting. Because the twins are absolutely gorgeous, and in Collector's Rare they're even nicer looking. And then I play 3 Leela, so you can play 2 of this. She's not a mandatory 3 of, but again, as I said earlier, I find that this deck gets into the grind sometimes, and if you run through all 3 Kizikills, you can be like having a very bad time. And it's the same with Lila. Like if you go through 2 of them and you need the 3rd one because you drew a Lila, like you're going to want to have the 3rd. So I've just been liking 3 and 3. I think the deck can play the extra monster and doesn't really need the space to play anything else. So I'd rather just play the 3rd Lila essentially. But you can definitely play 2 of it. For Nightmares, 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn, and 1 Griffin. I see a lot of people play Cerberus, and I think that card is just sort of redundant in this deck. Like I'll see them play Cerberus over Griffin when Griffin is honestly one of the best cards in the deck. Cerberus doesn't add much because your entire twin stuff is all about popping your opponent's monsters. Conquistador is about popping your opponent's monsters. Abomination is about popping your opponent's monsters. I don't understand why you would need like Cerberus to pop even more monsters. Cerberus is a great card, so if you really want to play it, go ahead, but I just think the Phoenix is too important. Unicorn's too important. You're going to go into these when you can like U-link your opponent, which is pretty funny. So they're very good. And then Griffin, like resetting Solemn Strikes, or once you go into the side deck, a Pointer of the Red Lotus, is amazing. And then being able to draw cards because it's co-linked with your twins, and being a skill drain on board, resetting Evil Twin Challenge, like this card is too good. And I see a lot of lists not play it, but I think it's a mandatory run. And then I play 2 Abomination. You don't have to play 2 of this either. I just choose to play 2 of this because, especially going second, if the first one gets striked or something terrible happens to it, he is your main boss monster, so I just want a second one to go into. And if you go first, you usually can make 1 on your first turn for like your play or to pop Eldritch, and it can die, and then you might want to make a second one. It comes up every now and then. You can definitely take it out for something else you'd want to run. 1 Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. She's just an amazing out to Dragoon, just an amazing card in general. And since she's Fiend, it just makes sense in the deck. Great out to Dragoon. BLS. It's like the best Eldritch link in the game because Eldritch can make it so easily. And it's just a straight up win condition against Eldritch most of the time. Like if you make this and run over a monster, that's pretty much game because you don't play any other warrior, so they can't Ice Dragon prison it, which is very nice. And then 1 Link Spider and 1 Alsa. So I was kind of questioning my choice on this. Like, at the end of last format. However, I feel like with Zoo Eldritch looking like one of the best decks of the format, this is really good to play again. Just a very easy way to make either BLS or Unicorn in your extra deck. So yeah, that was the deck profile. I hope you enjoy. Evil Twin Eldritch is such a cool deck, and I think it's actually one of the better decks this format and kind of slept on compared to the Zodiac version. This version's a little weaker to interrupts from your opponent with hand traps. However, much stronger in the sense that I think it has better synergy with Eldritch, and its 1-card engines are a little more powerful and recyclable than the Zodiac version. So, yep, hope you guys enjoyed. This was Top Tier Gaming by YouTube.